The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 28. NASDAQ is off 21. S&Ps are down 10. We have the gold contract up $9.50. Silver is up 17 cents. Platinum is up 11 bucks. And bottom line is that oil's catching a bid once again. This market is rejecting the lower price. It's like a replay of last Friday, which is pretty tough to do with Europe still down 2.5%.
I was just going to mention, right?
No doubt. And this week, we got our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks, back. It's a beautiful thing. And don't forget, folks, Kevin's got an outstanding show every trading day, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Now, no matter where you are in the country, if you're on the West Coast, it's nice and early out, you're in your car, remember that you can get all the program at TFNN right on your cell phone. Just go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV, swim lessons. Kevin, Scott, Cindy are on every trading day, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Amazing show. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, guys. You know, Tom, I was listening to your show right before this. You're exactly right. They're trying to sell these things off, and they can't. How are they going to sell this market off with the 10-year yield doing this?
It's really amazing, man. What blows my mind, and I saw the rejection, and I thought it was going to get rejected on Friday, but I know how hard it is for that to happen. And it's it's very unusual, folks, okay, that Europe can stay down and then we drag Europe all the way back. I mean, right now you get the CAT down 2.2%, the DAX is down 2.4%, and the FTSE's down 1.4%, and our Dow is only down 0.2%. It's like, really?
Right. We could lose some steam later in the day because you got some things coming out. Remember, oil. After Tuesday's close, you got inventories coming out.
Yes.
The API and the EIA tomorrow. But, yeah, you're exactly right. How are these markets going to sell off? I have this vision in my head, Tom, of Janet Yellen walking this tightrope.
Yeah.
Right? And It's not a pretty picture, but it seems accurate for what she's doing.
Well, I'll tell you, my clue this morning, I'm saying to myself, okay, man, gold caught a good bid. Gold was up 19 bucks, only up 10 right now. The dollar still had light volume. I says, this gold is not going to run without oil. Not that they have to run together, but it's like, that's another commodity, man. It's just like, I love gold, but guess what? Oil's more important than gold.
Right now it is.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Really, and think about that, Tom. It's even more powerful when you think of, the dollar being up pretty substantial.
Yes.
So those two commodities hanging in there at unchanged and gold actually up, with the dollar up like that, that's powerful. It's significant.
Yeah, there's no doubt, man. Hey, I got to switch gears on you. I don't know if you know this, but good old Tom O'Brien went to Villanova.
I sure did.
Tommy O'Brien.
Oh, hey.
How about that win, huh?
I had a little bit of excitement.
I'll tell you what. That team is so well coached. I saw a special on them this year, and how that coach manages not just what happens on the floor from Villanova, but what they do off the floor, how they practice and how they monitor the kids' health and rest.
Nice.
That guy is a very underrated coach.
That's awesome. You're right. He just won. I think he won Coach of the Year, too, so this is really quite a year.
Yeah.
He is really an impressive guy.
And if you didn't see it, folks, it was pretty cool. After the game on ESPN, there was a question and answer with him for an hour. I was watching it for a full hour.
There were so many great interviews after the game.
There was,
yeah.
and it's pretty amazing, man. There's no doubt.
I like coaches. I mean, I've played sports my whole life, and without a doubt, the most significant people in my life, both good and bad, have been coaches. One way or another.
It's a big deal. It is, right?
They show you how to
Especially when
compete.
you're that young and you're in college. You're still so young, for sure.
Oh, there's no doubt, man.
Yeah.
Sports are only as important as the lessons that they teach us, and we learned a big lesson from that game last night. That final play, 4.7 seconds, that was That was surgery right there.
Oh, and how open did he get at a decent shot? And he steps up, and I loved he kept saying his line. Jenkins was when I get my 1-2. Or did you hear that, Kevin? When he goes, because if he just steps into it, he goes, I knew once I got my 1-2, and it was like, oh man.
What I really dug.
Shooters like to be in rhythm.
Right.
Yeah.
He knew, that he had enough room just to step up, and he was right next to the line. That's a lot.
And you know what my favorite part of it, Tommy, was?
What's that?
The camera shot of the coach as that shot went in.
I saw that.
Yeah,
how cool he was. How cool he was. Yes.
It's supposed to go in.
It was so cool.
Listen to this. This is amazing. You know what he said in the interview about that? He realized that, okay, now he has responsibilities to make sure that his team's all right, that everyone's all around. It's not over yet. It was really amazing what he said, because they asked him about that. And he says, I realized it went in. He says, but now I had to keep, the game wasn't over.
He's the one guy who can't lose it, right? I mean, that's literally.
We got to make sure that the players are all right.
It's his responsibility and everything else.
It's going to be chaos. Right. I want to make sure everyone's all right.
And there's not like 0.2 left or everything. Let's just make sure that we get all our ducks in a row. But man.
And from someone in our business, being calm when all around you crazy.
Yeah. It was.
Right?
I cracked up.
Focus
I cracked up when they showed that exact clip, because I was like, man, look at him. That is intense.
And it's so true, because what they said is that when North Carolina got the 3-pointer, they said, well, how did you guys feel? They says, all we care about, and the coach teaches us, is attitude. We went back in with the right attitude, and we came out with the right attitude. That's trading, too.
Totally.
That's,
a lot of things, exactly.
It's get right back in there. Kevin, thank you so much. Great to have you back. Look forward to the show today at 12.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Kevin. Take care.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, you ready?
Oh, sorry, man.
I know.
My God.
Shame
on me.
I was looking at you. I didn't. You were so relaxed coming into the show here. So relaxed, everybody.
Dow right now is down 56, folks. Nasdaq's up 29. S&P's are down 14. We have gold up 1080. Let's go over to that oil market. So
I was gonna, because you have some oil action going.
We got oil action, and if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, folks, a great time to do it. It's always a great time to do it.
Well, especially you get some volatility, and you get some volatility in commodities, which you like playing.
I do, and what ends up happening is that in the oil and the gold, I like doing the NDX 100 too, but oil and gold flat out. That's all I trade if I'm going to trade those two instruments.
So you like to trade the spreads when you're trading the Monday.
I like trading the spreads, and it makes more sense to me to do it inside the Nadex platform than the futures platform because of the defined risk.
Yeah, I mean, let's just go over. So this is what you're trading right now, right? What do you have? You have 10 of these contracts. Yeah. So this is the $5 spread going from 35 to 40.
Right.
And what's really cool here is that there's not much premium in here at all, right?
There's not. Now, what's really cool is this. So check this out, folks. I bought this 2 minutes before the downdraft. If I had been in the actual oil contract itself, Tom, it would have been close to getting out because on the oil contract, I would have been down $500 or $600.
Sure.
Because what happened, folks, is that I liked how it was setting up. And I said, okay, man, I'm going to bite on this because my defined risk was still only about $700 to about 4,000. Okay, but I don't expect 4,000.
I put it ballpark. We're up a lot. We're up higher than we were, but you can see at 10 contracts.
Right. So picture it, $700. That's not bad.
Yeah, and even do it per contract. Because it's a $500 spread.
Right.
So per, you're at about like $75 a risk for $425 if it happens to run that $42, whatever it is.
Exactly. And as soon as I bought it, guess what? I went down 57 cents, which would have been $570 in the contract.
Yeah.
Well, just as quick, and that's what you hear that ad many times, is that your trade is just stop inside the Nadex.
Sure.
Well, guess what? 10 minutes later, it was right back up there.
Yes.
So, and where I'm going with it is that this was coming against the breakout area from weeks ago with tremendously lighter volume. And the equities themselves, like the XLE, which John was going over the XLE, John Logan, the Swan, was going over the XLE. These XLE stocks were hanging in there, man.
Okay.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah, you got in at like 822. Okay, so here's the
look at that.
So here's the 820 bar. So it's like the middle of this bar. So you got 5 minutes of relaxation, and then things started quickly, didn't they? But that's cool.
I get taken out taking the cleanest.
That's quite a 5 minute bar. But talk about some symmetry on the other side too, right?
Is.
I mean, and then right back down again, and here we are again.
Right.
That's a great trade. So what I look at real quick, which is awesome, is just the market's at 35.82 by 88, right? And the underlying's at 35.82. And still, you have this risk reward. Now, what that's saying, right, is that the market's not expecting there to be much of a difference in terms of you have exposure here of like 80 cents.
Right.
And basically what it's saying is it's not going to make you pay a lot of premium, even though the spread is so much higher to the upside, because there's such a little chance that it's probably going to go up more than 80 cents. Right?
Yes.
That's
what I mean? Cool how you put that together. Yeah, I got it. How
else would it make sense?
Otherwise, I know. But I love those when they're that close. It's great. Because guess what? It can go up $2.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And it's great because if it settles where it's at, you're not losing money. You're not paying that premium.
Exactly.
So
and I still have defined risk.
Right. You're in for, if you're buying it, you're going to pay the difference of basically the spread right now, since the offer, is on the other side, which isn't bad. You're paying 6-7 cents.
Right.
Which is not bad when you put it in that context. So I like that for sure.
Yeah. And, you know, folks, you open the account, they put $25,000 of paper money into it, and, you know, just take your time with it. And there's plenty of videos out there, you know.
And this is where you want to get used to it, because you know what? So this is great to look at, right? Because they expire at 2:30.
Right.
It's like 10:30. We have 4 hours left into the day. There's already been a lot of action, so that's what it's saying. It doesn't expect a $50 move from now or something like that, you know, or a $5 move or anything like that. But tomorrow morning, this is going to be a different deal. Now, you know, before the oil numbers,
that's the 10:30.
You would not have a situation where you have 80 cents to the downside and 420 to the upside, and you're getting it at market.
Right.
You know, you wouldn't at all. That's where, but that's where you want to get used to it. Download that demo so you can see those differences and understand why there's premium, why there's not. You know, what they're pricing into there, and then you can decide whether you want to be the person paying the premium, right, or you want to be the person accepting it on the other side, depending on whether you're playing volatility, so forth. Yeah.
Pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
And you know, you do as I had said when Kevin and I were and you were talking. It's like, okay, really, is gold going to keep that bid up without oil catching a bid? And the dollar, you know, basically has no juice behind it. Some 300 ticks. It says.
And that was like, and
I was really just putting that together.
Both of you were saying, you know, and he was saying, you know, that they're both compared to the dollar, right? That it's interesting to watch as they play out, because obviously the dollar matters to all commodities.
It does. There's no doubt. And it was so wild, man. It's like, okay, you know, what is the context of, and this way, fundamentally, you can get your head really whacked out, because
there's a lot of things that can get me whacked out in terms of interrelationships of everything. But go ahead,
like,
no matter what you're going to say.
It's like, why does the dollar want to go down? You know what I mean? It's that. You know,
because that matters to commodities too, as in commodities influence that.
And because when
they influence each other.
They do. When we look at interest rates around the world, we still have high interest rates. I mean, we're at 1.7. Go get a mortgage, folks. I mean, that's the bottom line. You know, we're at 1.724. So I don't know exactly what the 30-year is right now, but I suspect it's about 3.5, 3.6. You know, so it's you know, it's. Because this 10-year stayed. What tends to happen is if the 10-year stays low for even 4 or 5 days, that's when that change comes in.
Sure.
You know, it just happens.
They have to, because otherwise they're going to get beat out by the competition. As in, you know what I mean? That's so you can only delay so long before somebody's giving them better rates.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if we go over to that 10-year for a second and we take a look at the 10-year, now this is going to be interesting how this lays out today, because the 10-year is testing the downdraft from March 1st. And it's on a lot lighter volume. You know, we came down with 1.5 million contracts there, and we're right at it. It's at 130.27. Now, what has happened every day, though, is that every day it looks like it's almost going to fail, but then it closes at the high. You know, so if you close over that high, if you close it one tick, guess what? Then that high, then the spike high is game again, which is 132.20. You know. We go take a look at the S&Ps. Now let's take a look at the E-minis. This is pretty cool, folks.
Because so the Dow was down 0.2% when you started off the show, but the S&Ps were down almost like 0.8. You know, still not even close to Europe, but just to equate it as that they're having a little bit more problems for sure. What's that now?
Yeah.
So now it's at 0.6. It's squared up, so that's interesting. Dow was down 0.2. It just caught me when you went over it first. S&P was down like 0.9.
Right.
So they've come back to each other.
And so if you want to see the testing and how this testing likes to get done, if we put this up, what you're going to see is that, we're going to do this as soon as we come back and show you how this morning what the market was doing was testing how we went topside on shook off last Friday.
It's coming right back into that area no matter what.
It's crazy, man. 877-927-6648. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Commodity Solution CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 8 equally weighted commodities, including WTI crude oil, gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, corn, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With annual pricing caps of 70% per component, you could earn up to 70% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates.
And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this indexed CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The April 14th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow down 49, NASDAQ off 19, S&Ps are down 12, and let's see what's moving inside the indices.
You were going to do something, too, when we were coming into that break.
Yeah.
Were you pulling up the S&P or the...
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, let's do that first. Yeah. So we can show you how in the futures market, you can do this in the equities with the ETF structures too, folks, but I'll show you how the test was being done. So on Friday, which was very tough to do, by the way, okay, is that the market shook off Europe being down 1.5 to 2.5%. And they did it right at the open. So the market never looked back. Now, the first buy had 6,000 contracts at 9:40 a.m., and then it was followed up after that with 9,000 contracts. So the low there at the 9,000 was 2039. The actual first buy came off at 2035. Well, what ends up happening this morning on the open, and watch this is sick. We got down to 2036, but with 8,400 contracts. They couldn't bust. It's so weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not that that's a lot, but percentage-wise, that's a lot. It was 98, wasn't it? It's hard to, yeah, it was 9,700 contracts. No, 97,000 contracts.
Where are the contracts? When
They're right there.
You have so many. Okay,
They're
over
right
there. I got you.
Okay, so this is on a 10-minute bar we're looking at. Yeah. So when you see that's the first rejection, and then what you're looking for after that, folks, is then you're looking for a sign of strength. And what we did get is that we got the sign of strength. The biggest bar had 100,000 contracts.
Yes, that's a big bar.
And that's what you're looking for. Yeah. Now what you're looking for, again, is you're looking for a back down with lighter volume, which we're getting, because now we've been on 4 bars. So now that's building cause, and I suspect then all you do, what I do is I go to the next bar that has volume. It's like, oh, I see. Now it wants to go up another 10 points, which would blow some minds, man, because that'll put the S&P only down 2 points.
Yeah, it would be like barely positive almost, yeah.
Which, you know, that this whole ABC structure is a wild one. Now, what that is going to have to do with, I suspect, is going to be that oil contract. You know, oil has the power. Let's see what we have it to bring that back. You know, in oil right now, we're at 35.72. It got to 35.89, and we'll see what that shakes out. You know, but
it's got some action in that market.
Oh, it's good, man. That
and you know, it's good. So what to keep in mind, right? So we're saying, you know, that I was just saying I like that trade, right? You're paying no premium. You have 80 cents to the downside about. You have whether it's 80 cents to the upside, the market's saying because there's no premium. But you can see, I mean, this just moved 20 cents in 5 minutes. So you're kind of trading a little bit of volatility, right? Because if you get a huge move in either direction, you're going to make a lot of money.
Right.
Right? You know, with this trade, because you're paying almost no premium and you have 4-to-1 to upside to downside.
And the vol is in it.
Right. And so that's what I was going to say, exactly. Where, like, I really like it if you're getting 20 cents a movement every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just for sure.
See, because technically, the way that is set up here, just on a small basis, you know, the low out here is like the 35.25 to 35.70. Let's say that's the consolidation.
Sure. Just going right around there.
Stays over that consolidation, there's no reason that I can't get $36 out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I'm just adding 35 cents, folks, to that consolidation. Do you know what I mean?
Same thing. You're just going like
That's what I'm doing.
Right,
and I'm taking the bottom and saying, okay, what is that? What is that? You know, that's 35 cents, right?
Yeah.
And say you add 35 cents to the 70, it's you get 36.05.
Yeah, right. No, I'd agree. That's great.
And what would happen, this is what the weird thing is, folks, is that it's not that 36 is an even number. If it does get to 36, then a whole different game takes place.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, game's on, you know.
It's a part of the equation, that mental number, for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
Now, and then what you want to put together with it, if we put together the XLE, you just take, you know, because even when I was buying this morning, I'm saying to myself, you know what, that XLE wants to reject price again. So the XLE, that opened lower, $60.10 at 60.41, and that baby is also, looks to me like it's building cause to basically reject lower price again, you know. So it's going to be wild watching it. And that all comes back to that ABC that we're in, which is a sick ABC, man. If this ABC actually ever finishes up, it'll blow my mind. You know, it's just
quite a chart overall, no matter what, right now.
I know, man. I know. It's crazy. You know, you're at 204 on the SPYs. Now, what we want to see out here today, too, is this. I want to see the continued rejection of lower price, but you also want to see less than 114,000 shares traded, 114 million shares traded. Because then what you're going to have...
That's Friday, right?
That's Friday, and then see this one right here, that's 92 million.
Okay, that's last week, too. Yeah.
That's last week. So if it comes into that area, and you reject lower price, and you have lighter volume, it's very hard to do. Because, you know...
But you can hope for it, right?
Well, no.
For the setup, that's what I'm saying.
What I mean, and this was so cool about it, when it's harder to do and you get it, that's more positive that, guess what? You're going the opposite way.
It's more meaningful.
It's more meaningful. And because if it was just doing it just the opposite, meaning that you were hitting the highs and doing that and have lighter volume and pulling off it, that would mean that, hey, guess what? That baby wants to go south. Inside the NDX 100, the movers out here, you have Vertex Pharmaceutical, that's up 264. Gilead's up 216. Alexa is up 219. eBay's up 32 cents. Taken away from it is this stock's getting killed. Indo International down 127. Akamai's down 213. Western Digital's off 154, and Walgreens is down 266. What is going on with Walgreens there? Not much. AGN, it looks like Allergen has some problems out here this morning. That's down $45. This has to do with a merger, I believe. Allergen deal, Pfizer Allergen deal faces risk from U.S. inversion rules, right? So the Treasury's coming out with, or maybe they did come out with inversion rules this morning. And this thing
I guess that's the difference of having to pay taxes and not having to pay taxes.
You got it. No doubt. And if you want to see something that's just crazy, folks, anyway, is that this had a high volume swing low. And guess what? The thing about these high volume swing highs or lows, man, when they drop out of bed, man, guess where it goes? It's like crazy. It's like the stock yesterday was $45 higher.
Yeah.
The high volume swing low is 237. We go to 226. And now you're going to have an additional high volume swing low, so this stock wants to go lower. But you know what's so crazy? It's so crazy that you can get a high volume swing low. And then look at the counter trend bounce, though. The counter trend bounce, folks, goes from 237 up to 322. That's intense.
That's a bounce.
That's intense,
It's a nice
man.
50% bounce.
Yeah, that's intense. Amazing.
Yeah.
Our phone number is 877-927-6648.
It didn't hurt, of course, that the market bounced with it to the tune of a ridiculous amount.
No doubt. No doubt. We have the Dow down 75 right now. Nasdaq's off 26. S&Ps are down 14. Gold is up 1080.
Maybe let's take a look at natural gas, right?
Oh,
go
yeah.
back in here. Because we have oil, of course, Wednesday, and then we go right into natural gas on Thursday.
Yeah.
But I think it's pulling back a little bit from its...
Yeah, that'd be a good trade, I think. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are going to be coming right back. We're gonna, because natural gas did catch another bid yesterday. And look at it, it's pulling right back. Oh, my God. That $2 level is so challenging for natural gas. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow down 88, Nasdaq down 29, S&P's down 16. And I need that oil to catch a bid.
I know. We're getting a little pullback in the markets right now and in oil.
And
it's
so
we're talking about those relationships, right?
That correlation is right on again.
For sure.
We just went from 35.88 to 35.57.
Yeah, it's 30-cent drop.
15 minutes, exactly. So then the Dow went from down 50 to down 80. Not that's huge, but
that's what. Well, I mean,
it could get out of control.
You can download the demo, right? And we always pull it up. Same thing. We'll just pull up the Wall Street 30, like they call it, the Dow, and I'm sure it's going to have a similar chart, right? There it is. For sure.
Look at that.
I mean, there's the spike, the 3 bars. There's your 3 bars.
Right.
You know. Yeah, and what have we gone there? We're down, from the peak, 1610, 1605. Look at that.
And if you're in your car, folks, you're looking at 2 separate charts, one of the Dow, one of the oil, and it's the exact. That is the exact. Look at that, man. That's pretty wild.
They're definitely correlated. How correlated? That's where you get to make that decision.
That's right.
And trade off it, but they're definitely correlated.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And depending on what time of day.
So we'll keep that up. But we were looking at natural gas, so let's look at that because you were starting to talk about it. Let me just pull up the daily spreads, pull up a chart. Now we're always talking about the spreads, right? You can trade the weekly binaries, which we talk about.
Right.
Sometimes I like trading that around news as well. So what would you be looking at come maybe even Thursday for natural gas?
Yeah, so now I'm going to look at the same. So natural gas is down 1.5% right now.
Why don't you pull that over so we can see both, because we'll jump back and forth.
So I'm just pulling this up because I want to see the whole contract value on them. I want the volume on them. So I'm going to like this, man. So what you have here is this. The reason I'm going to like it, I can see there's 2 spikes. So the spike from last week, that was last Thursday.
Okay.
On the 31st. We did 184,000 contracts. We went to $2.02. Okay? And then we gave it up in price. I had it that day and lost money.
Okay.
Right?
I remember that now.
That was gave it up. Now what happened yesterday is that you go higher once again, and the volume was good. It was 159,000 contracts. So if we can pull back in, what I would love to see actually is pulling back into like the 194. Yeah, the 194 to 193 Thursday morning with light volume.
Sure, right.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a good setup, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a setup because you'd have a higher swing point that has good volume. You're coming into 2 different signs of strength with lighter volume. I'd take the shot at that point. And then if we go over, now for you folks that trade UNG, you can see it's pretty clear with UNG. The UNG is the 1-to-1 ETF structure. On Thursday, you had the spike with 21 million shares. Yesterday was 9.6 million. And now how we pull back today is going to be big. So on this one here, you'd be looking, you want to make sure you pull back with, that's 31 million at $6.33. So it'd be like, you pull back with 20 million, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because what you do have, and this is the more cars that you actually build, we've been building cars now for about a month. And thus far, the cars looks to me like it's been higher. Why? Because you go up with volume, you're back with lighter volume. I mean, look how we came back there. Came back with 11 million shares. You go up with 13. You go up with 21. You go up with 9. So today's a big day, too. It's like, how are we going to come back in today?
Especially with oil moving around, right?
That's right. There's no doubt. The oil deal's a big deal. Okay, so let's go back over. We got the E-minis retesting this low again out here. So this will be a good retest. So we're at 10:46. So you're 6 minutes into this bar. This retest is gonna hold, folks. So watch this. This is I love it when this happens. They just had nice price destruction. We just went from 2046 to 2040. You're coming into, however, 100,000 contracts and 84,000 contracts, and in 6 minutes we've only done 29,000. Now 7 minutes. Now it doesn't mean that someone big monster can't come in and say sell 200,000 contracts.
Happen, right?
Yeah, right. But what happens there with this is when I'm day trading S&Ps. I love this setup, man. You know, because what happens is all you're looking for is a rejection here, and you're looking for 4 or 5 points on the other side. And that's it. If you're not looking for.
Yep. You're looking for a bounce off.
You're not looking for the moon. You're looking for, okay, here's the test. You get the test in, and the boundaries are set up here. I mean, you can see that the boundary is so clean in this one right now. It's pretty amazing.
I agree. For sure.
So needless to say, folks, okay, we don't want you trading every 10 minutes, but.
Some people can pull it off, you know. Hey,
in the den they can pull it off. Yeah. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Hey, did you see? You hear about those Panama Papers?
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
Totally.
It's going to be interesting as it just keeps coming out. It seems like there's just going to be more and more stories. I mean, there's so much that they have, so many reporters. It's amazing they kept it under wraps for so long, actually.
Oh, totally. The thing
and you know, it doesn't surprise anybody that world leaders are running money, right? I mean, you know, but it's still remarkable as to getting that much documentation from a law firm that breaks it all down.
Totally. Well, you know, the remarkable thing is that we claim in the United States that, you know, we don't launder money. You know, our laws are so cool and so tight. There's so much money laundered here by companies, it's insane. And it's so easy. And it's done just through trust. The real estate trust alone, folks, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that they all have to be corrupt, though.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay? Real estate trust alone are so cool to own things in, it's insane. And I learned about them in Massachusetts, okay?
Sure.
Because Massachusetts is a real estate trust.
Sure.
Florida is one.
Okay.
You know, and so there's huge amounts of property that can get pushed around all the time. It's like, who owns the property?
Right.
You know, you never know.
Well, now, and then, yeah, go ahead.
Well, the Panama thing's a huge deal because
all these
because
world leaders with companies and friends that are running companies and just the documentation, like the straight law firm documentation that backs it up.
Right.
There's no greater documentation than what you got going on with your law firm as you're running these games, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And this is where I think the whole shocker comes in. I think what you're talking about is it the banks that are involved.
Oh, I bet. This is all come down, right?
It's an institutionalized. They claim that, hey, you know, this is running money, this is running me. Well, guess what? The bureaucracies are the ones that are behind the running of all the money.
You get the most powerful people out there, right? When they got documentation on Putin, man, you got documentation on just about anybody if you can get him and his buddies on paper.
Yeah. It's it's always been there.
No, but the money part, what I was going to say earlier is my biggest frustration with all of that is how you can do it when it comes to politics. The giving anonymously to the tune of like hundreds of millions of dollars if you wanted to anonymously, and you know, how does that make sense, right?
It doesn't make sense. No. In a democracy, it's absolutely buying an election. I know, I agree.
To not have a name behind hundreds of millions of dollars of ads.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's scary. Just because it could be Chinese, it could be anyone for any reason. That's really for sure. So you can definitely hide who you are, hide your money, you know, that's for sure, I agree.
All day long.
Yeah. But it's a lot easier overseas, though. So it's easy here, but it seems like it's a lot easier overseas, too.
Yeah.
It's not very hard in many places if you have enough of it. That's what happens.
If you have enough of it, guess what? It's right in front of us all day long.
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming back. We're going to be talking about laundering money. No, only kidding, folks. The Dow right now is down 94. Nasdaq's up 27. S&P's down 15. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Dow right now is down 98. NASDAQ is down 30. S&Ps are down 16. If we do take a look at this volume characteristic here, and let's see how we're coming in. You're going to have low volume. You're 246 million. When that L is laying out there during the day, that means that at this time of the day, that's one of the lowest volumes. That's on the NYSE. We take a look at the NASDAQ, you're at 478.
Yeah.
So in both indices, folks, you don't have sellers out here. You know, we'll see how the price ends up holding. And of course, don't forget, you stay right there, because each and every day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do live programming, 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 in the afternoon. Get it all right on your cell phone. TFNN.com. And if you haven't tried it on your cell phone yet, please do, folks. And then just hit Tiger TV. It comes in amazing. HD video, great audio. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, comes up next. And then, of course, we'll go to TD Ameritrade headquarters. We trade options. Amazing show, 12 to 1. Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself, and our man, Mr. Andy Hecht. So, big day coming up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. In terms of, where oil goes, I guess let's touch back in, right? And
yeah,
see,
totally.
I mean, it would make sense, as we could see the market was hanging around at the same level that oil was hanging around the same level.
You're coming back in for another test of the lows. Now, what's going to be cool is that, on a 5-minute basis, you have 3 higher lows and 3 higher highs right now. So we'll see if this can hang in there.
And it's interesting just that you're right in the middle of this. So we'll see where, this is where it really would get dicey if it came back down.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. There's no doubt about that, man.
And what's kind of cool, so we pulled this up. I was saying, let's look at over the break to see if there's any premium in this, because maybe it would make sense to sell out if there was premium.
Right.
Or you could sell out anyway.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty remarkable that there's not much premium, right? It's 35.55, and you could buy it right now at 35.63.
So what a great way to trade, man.
You could trade 8 cents over, basically. And, and you're risking, basically, just put it into $64 for almost $4.35 profit. Now, are you going to get $40 oil today by $2.30? No. But that doesn't mean you have to. I mean, just to get a square 1-to-1, you only need 64 cents of.
I know.
So yeah,
yeah. And as we say many times, folks, you only can lose a defined amount, and to me, that's the ultimate. Do you know what I mean? I've won plenty of times. It just matters how much I'm going to lose. as I'm winning.
Yeah, and just and this is where I always put it back to one contract because it's easiest to understand. And there it is. If you were going to buy one contract right now, you're risking $67, and that's if it just expires under 35.
Right.
So that's not like a risk. All or none.
Right.
It's basically you're almost getting it like we just talked about 8 cents off of where it's currently trading at.
I remember when options first started. This is going to change the futures, man, because this is getting tighter and tighter and tighter.
It would make sense like anything as it becomes more liquid, supply and demand reach that equilibrium, and it becomes a tighter market.
Yeah, and
because you can be like we talked about the bid and the offer. So inevitably, it's going to increase.
No doubt, man. So so we just got another rejection.
I know, right?
As we're talking, we just got another rejection of lower price.
It's pretty remarkable when you put it all the way that we were almost at $35.90. We came down 40 cents and we're up 15 since then.
Right.
Which is a lot of action when there's not much premium priced into a spread with 70 cents to the downside and $4.30 to the upside.
I know.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Now let's go see what the Dow did as that was doing that. So.
And we talked about this with Darryl yesterday, talking about the volatility that's getting priced in there is really low compared to, and what's happening is we were so skewed at seeing so much volatility priced in for so long, right? There was so much premium, as you should pay, because there was so much movement.
Right. You stay right there, folks. I'm Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. Dow right now is down 109, NASDAQ up 33, S&P's down 17, gold's up 11.80. You got silver up 18 cents, and King Dollar is up 200 ticks.
And let's get oil going, right?
Let's get oil going. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, man. Go Villanova. They won. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.